Hey guys, Lucas here. We just finished tracking down the Goatman and we decided to just rest up for a few days. So I've got some free time right now and I thought I would share another journal. Now, this one isn't quite as earth-shattering as the whole Mothman incident, but, well, it's still pretty good. So, without further ado, please enjoy another cryptid case file from the Journals of Norman Carter. June 14th, 1968. Looks like I'm going back out. I hate leaving again, especially considering it's only been 6 months since I was off chasing the Mothman, but Vince asked me for help. Old friend. Met him back when I used to do this full time. He says his daughter and their friends were attacked by a monster, and he knew he could turn to me for help. He lives down in Kentucky. I'll be leaving tomorrow. June 19th. Got to Louisville this morning. According to Vince, this whole thing happened around some train tracks. They call it the Pope Lick Trestle. Local legends go way back. Tell about some kind of goat monster. Story goes, there was a circus train that crashed. One of the sideshow freaks was some kind of half goat, half human, and supposedly the only survivor of that crash. The monster never left, and now it just haunts around the trestle. Personally, I don't put much stock in legends. Vince's daughter said that her and her friends were in the area telling ghost stories when the creature attacked them. She said it had an axe and everything. I've seen some smart monsters before, and of course the Mothman was intelligent, but a monster using tools would certainly be something new. The Yeti were smart, but as far as I know, they couldn't exactly talk. Maybe this thing really is part human. At least I have a good idea where to start looking. June 21st. Went to the trestle yesterday. Almost caught it, too. I could sense it. It was close. And angry. But it gave me the slip. Whatever I'm dealing with, it is definitely smart. I'll find it, though. June 22nd. This thing is leaving town. I guess I'm following it. June 28th. Tracked the monster to Elizabethtown, but it got away again. I got a feeling this won't be easy. July 15th. Just outside of Owensboro. Lost it again. August 12th. Heading through Madisonville. September 21st. Back in Hopkinsville. Kept an eye out for the goblins while I was here, but I didn't see any of them. October 9th. Union City. November 11th. Dyersburg. December 8th. Jonesboro. Trail's gone cold. January 24th, 1969. Picked up his trail again in Walnut Ridge. February 20th. Little Rock. I've been tracking this goddamn monster for 8 months now. My patience is wearing thin. March 12th. Camden. April 15th. Texarkana. May 7th. Clarksville. May 29th. Paris. Yeah, there's a Paris in Texas. Go figure. I don't know how long I can keep doing this for. I've been following this thing best I can, but it's been almost a year now. Tracked him through 4 or 5 states. And somehow, every time, he keeps getting away. Good thing I've got my sixth sense, otherwise I'd have lost him by now, no doubt. June 18th. Sherman. July 6th. Plano. July 23rd. Fort Worth. Finally have a decent lead. I think he's getting tired of running, making mistakes. He threw a car tire at a bunch of kids. Sloppy. July 24th. It's over. He had been hiding out in a rundown old boathouse on the lake. I was looking around the place when the damn thing caught me by surprise. Nearly took my head off with his axe, too. We fought over the axe, and I ended up grabbing a hold of it and taking a swing. I was just trying to defend myself, but I ended up cutting him pretty deep. He stopped attacking me and yelled out. Not like an animal yell, though. Actual words. Gibberish words, but still. Thinking back to the Mothman, I put down the axe, raised my hands, and started to concentrate. Then I told the creature that I meant him no harm. And I'll be damned, it worked. We were actually able to understand each other. I apologized for the wound, explaining that he attacked me first and I was just trying to stop him. He asked me why I kept chasing him, asked why I couldn't just leave him alone. I told him about Vince and his daughter and her friends, but turns out the monster never meant any harm. He was just trying to scare away some dumb kids. So, this had all been one big misunderstanding. I apologized, of course. Then, since we were able to speak, I asked if he came from outer space like the Mothman. And then the creature laughed and said no. I was still confused, though, so I asked how he was able to talk. Was he really some half-human sideshow freak? He laughed even harder and said no again. He actually sat down at this point and motioned for me to do the same, so I did. And then he started telling me his story. For starters, he was old. Very old. He didn't give me an exact number, and I didn't ask, but I got the impression that we're talking about something on the order of thousands of years. Long ago, he had a family, a tribe, a race that was all like him. They lived across the sea. He said these were good times. They lived in harmony with nature. But eventually, men came and took over the land, killed his tribe. Some intentionally, some unintentionally. Until finally, one day, he was the only one left. After that, his race faded into myth. He wandered the land after that, making sure to steer clear of man, but he was always discovered sooner or later, and it never ended well. Finally, he snuck onto a boat bound for the New World. He gestured around him at this point, so I'm pretty sure he was talking about America. He said he's only been here for a few hundred years, but it's been the same as every other place, especially now with me chasing after him. When he was done, I asked why he told me all this. He said that he couldn't remember the last time he actually talked to someone. He understood bits and pieces of human languages, but there weren't any humans left that could understand him. The ones that could were long dead. He may have hated mankind, but he was also incredibly lonely. So he thanked me for finally having someone to talk to. He was deeply bitter, though, and I couldn't blame him. Hell, I had been part of the problem without even realizing it. I asked him to please refrain from attacking anyone in the future. I explained that OS and people like them wouldn't take too kindly to finding a monster, and it'd be best for everyone if he stayed under the radar. I understood his frustrations, but I also didn't want anyone getting hurt, man or monster. He said he would do his best. So, at that point, we said our goodbyes, and honestly, I don't know what to believe. Could this monster really be thousands of years old? It certainly looked old. Its fur had gone white, one of its eyes was milky with blindness. But this thing could essentially be immortal. Definitely one of the strangest encounters I've had. Alright, so the Goatman. I can't believe it. It's the Goatman. The exact same individual that Norman encountered 50-something years later. And, I mean, assuming he's telling the truth, there's only one Goatman left anyways. This also explains sightings of the Pope Lick monster and the Lakeworth monster. They were both the same Goatman. And looking at Norman's picture, it definitely matches. It's a dead ringer. Well, except for the big chest scar that apparently came from Norman himself. Anyway, his story got me thinking. If the Goatman came to America from across the sea, does that mean he probably came from Europe? Could this tribe have inspired the fauns and satyrs of Greek mythology? I mean, we've seen creatures from legend before. Mishapeshu, the Piasa. Is this another one? Wait. Holy crap. Are all mythological creatures based on something that really existed? Like, could there have been centaurs running around? Jeez, I don't know what's a crazier thought, that or aliens. Not to mention, the Goatman is clearly sentient and as smart as, if not smarter than, human beings. And if there used to be a whole race of Goatmen running around, I guess mankind wasn't the only intelligent race on the planet. Yeah. So, on that insane thought, I will see you all next time. Bye!
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
You can follow us by searching Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to keep up to date with everything we're working on. We even post a sketch of the latest cryptid every Monday after a new episode.
You can also visit our website, littlegiantmonsters.com, to see all of our content in one place.
While you're there, want our designs on stickers, t-shirts, coffee mugs, and more? We now have merch. Just look for the merchandise link on our website.
If you really like what we're doing and want to see us do more, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Rewards include behind-the-scenes content, bonus material, and more. Search Little Giant Monsters on Patreon or find a link on our website.
You can also help us by leaving a rating and review on iTunes. Not only does each review warm our cold, cynical hearts, but it helps us move up the charts and bring the show to a wider audience.
Your continued support means so much to us. Thanks for listening and see you again soon.